I'm going to record. Okay, it's recording. Anybody that wants to come in can come in anytime. So, and I'll admit it. But all right, guys, I ain't going to hold y'all up. So, first thing is, a lot of people ask, what is the best system to use, like a platform-wise? I trade with TOS. Okay. So I like using TOS. For my charting. It's free. You don't really have to have an account with money in it. And the charting that they give you here is very, very nice. Okay, and it's automatic, like to the second it chart moves, right? But I also use stock charts. The reason I use stock charts is because they have a little bit more drawing wise, and the reason I posted the AMD chart and the Walmart chart earlier in our room there, and I'm going to go over that in the last bit, is that, you can get this nice little charting tool here that's different than TOS. TOS is very basic, and what you can do, like you can do parabolas, horizontal lines, and that make it look pretty. I like the different backgrounds they give you. You can set it up nice to where, it's just a clean, functional chart, and it's not too confused. But, there's not a lot of confusion in this. Some people, they get really intimidated when they crank up TOS and like, holy crap, man, what is half this stuff? Just to be honest with you, I don't use hardly any of this stuff up here. The only thing I use is charts and my trade button. I don't use any of their heat maps or any of their stuff like that. It's just simple charts. All right. After the session's over with, if anybody has any issues with how to set up a chart like this, going through all the settings and studies, I will help you out. Do you do that? Yes, I do the paid stock chart. It's not that much money, and it's worth it to me. I do pay for it. And they give you a lot more tools. You can add a whole lot more indicators and stuff on there. So, but the TOS is very intimidating if you, here, I'm gonna put this in the corner where I can see it. To be honest with you, JP, I don't know how much it is. I just pay for it. It just comes out. It could be $100. I don't know. So like I really don't. I have to look on my bank statement and see what it is, but I think it's like $29.99. It's no more than $30. Yes, man, it's $0. Okay, yeah, no, nobody's ever given you anything free, man. All right, guys, but yeah, that's pretty much what I use: is TOS, and I use stock charts. Okay, I'll go over stock charts here in a bit. But first, we're going to crank up TOS. Okay, so the first setup I'm going to show you guys is what I like to call the Holy Grail setup, right? It's pretty much the setup that is, what I use the most. It's what I use to find certain, long plays, swing plays, short trades, scalps. It's my bread and butter. And I have a whole arsenal more. So the more, we're going to go over all these different ones. And when you leave this place, you'll be a complete trader. And the goal is for you not to continue subbing here in the future. If you only want this 1 month and you're out, so be it. You will learn a whole bunch in that time, and I wish you well. That's the goal here is to teach you. You know what I mean? When you go to college, you don't pay your subs or your tuition in college all your life, right? You don't want to be stuck under somebody trying to force feed off of them. Don't be lazy. Learn it yourself. This market is easy to learn. It may not look like that, but it is. It's very easy to learn. Once you finally figure it out, you're going to be great. So the Holy Grail setup is the simple moving average 200. All right. The simple moving average 50 and the moving average exponential 30. Don't ask me why I run these three, but it is why I run these three, because they work the best with the strategy that I have. Okay. And I run it with a MACD on the bottom. The MACD shows great oversold and overbought conditions. Okay. What you're looking for when you run this setup is time frame wise is hourly, daily, and the 15 minutes. So what I use the hourly setup for is AMD is not a great stock right now to try and show you a pattern. It's just been a really, really choppy grind in this channel on the way up. So like if you don't pan out to different time frames and you're stuck into 1 or 2 time frames being stubborn, you're going to miss the overall picture, right? So I'll show you. You'll see that on the hourly frame here, you see a bunch of chop in the channel, right? But if you go to the daily frame, you'll realize that AMD is certainly in a situation now where you're getting very close to breaking a top here, right? So once you see this price sitting here and hovering like this, and you're looking at your SMA and your EMA 30, right? What you'll notice is they're swinging side by side, really, really close, just in and out. The web and flow is very close. What this is telling you here is if you're taking any trade short term, it's going to be a scalp. You have to have a cash account if you're trading options. If you're trading commons, you know, you're fine. You know, you can get in and average down, whatever. But if you're trading options, it's a must. Your Robinhood traders, please make sure you have a day trade left when you take a position. Do not, I repeat, do not get into a trade if you can't exit the same day. There's so many people that try and build accounts, but they can't. They can't because they're restricted, right? The training wheels are stuck on there and they can't get out. And you'll see so many people hold a position to be up 40%, hold it overnight, be down and lose the whole thing, right? And so if you're trading options, you got to make sure you get a cash account. Cash account is king in options, okay? So what you're looking for when you're running this setup here is you're looking for 30 and SMA 50 combinations. And what I mean by that is when you get these 30 and 50s running parallel like this, all right, when you finally get these bunch formations like this and they bunch out and they break up, the EMA 30 breaks out over the 50, this is your indication on the daily frame that you're ready to go long. You're breaking out a resistance level here and you're breaking up, right? So you'll run these combinations here and you'll pan up your MACD and you'll notice that, you know, flat, zero line, break up, got nice volume, got nice break, got nice everything here, right? So you're looking at parallel action. You're looking at price moving up on the daily. So this is your first indication to go long. When you finally break that resistance level you're looking at. So if you look at AMD right now, you'll see that your EMA and the SMA 50 is what? Bunched together again. So price got flat, popped, flattened out, starting to channel up toward another resistance level. So it is ideal right now to sort of kind of get into a long play. In our chat, we took some Januaries. We took some January 90, and we took a January 15 on 100. And we took a play today that did pretty well until it hit that resistance level and popped back down. So, you know, in the play today, if you were a Robinhood trader and didn't have the day trades to get out, you would have been stuck with that thing overnight tonight. You'd have been even and actually at a 20% loss right now from the trade this morning. So you got to make sure that you're taking your trades and scaling out efficiently. I'm going to make multiple videos after this and throughout this, you know, couple of weeks on 75-25 rule. Everybody that's been around me long enough knows that. It's the proper scale-in method. There's going to be certain strategies where you don't have to have a session with me. You can click on a video and bam, here I am talking for 15 minutes to an hour on a certain strategy. It's going to be great. So you'll notice that these EMAs are starting to curl up. The EMA 30 is starting to pass over the 50 and starting to get a little separation. So we want that thing to curl and go. And you want the price to finally on the daily get past that point, right? So once it breaks, then you're ready to go long. So when you're in options, you got to make sure when you're playing options, you got to make sure that you're anticipating a move rather than reacting to a move. When you're reacting to a move in options, you're typically already behind the 8 ball. If you're sitting there looking at Flow Algo or Blackstock, you know, like some sort of flow service, and you're seeing these sweeps and stuff come across, and say for instance you see a sweep pop this line here. I'm going to act like this is our candle right here, right? Say this is candle tomorrow or Friday's candle right here, right? And you see a sweep coming in for a 95 call for January, and they bought $30,000 worth of a 95, and the pop already happened. Well, guess what's going to happen? If you follow that sweep and you're sitting here at this action here, they're going to drop it, and they're going to test this level that was previously broken out of. Every time you break a resistance, price will come back, test, and then give you your pop. Okay? It's just the way it works. Right here. This is an example of it. Everybody's following the flow sweeps on AMD. You're getting excited about your position. The moon's up here, right? Everybody on Twitter's getting real happy. Second day, they drop it back down and test the resistance level. Every move has got to be confirmed. And the main thing in this is patience. You've got to have patience when you're playing this, right? So you finally get the pop coming up in a couple of weeks. So this is why I go ahead and get my move. I'm already in my play here, right? So many people will say, CT, what are you looking at, man? It's just nothing but chop. Well, you got to give yourself time. I told everybody in the chat the other day is you got to make sure that your delta in your option is higher than your theta. All right. So when you're looking at the Greeks, if your play that you're looking at is the delta is higher than the theta, and yes, theta is measured in negative, but just delete that negative sign in your face. Okay. Just delete it. Just delete it. Don't worry about the negative and act like that theta is positive. If that theta is minus 30 and your delta is like 10 or 12, don't take the play. All right. Make sure that's what you're paying attention to. That is key. So what you guys will notice on this right here on the Holy Grail setup here that I like using is that, you know, on my chart here I have no volume on the bottom. All right. I just got the grid set up here. But these three SMA and EMAs, there's nothing sexy about this chart at all. Okay, very boring, very basic. But guess what? In trading, if you're looking for glamour charts and trying to post and get views and likes, whatever that you may be doing, or you know, you're not worried about that. You're not worried about what it looks like. You're worried about how it reacts to your strategy and how you play it. Okay. Don't worry. Get the volume out of there for now. Okay. Get the volume out and just pay attention to the simple candles. Okay. One thing I want to show you guys also on the daily. So if you take anything from what we just talked about, you're going to take. Hold on. Everybody mute your mic real quick. Here, I'm going to mute off. There we go. All right, everybody's muted for a second. So what you want to pay attention to, you know, if you go back on a little recap here, is price breaks up. Don't follow the flow or the algos or anything telling you to get in. They're taking sweeps. Wait for the confirmation of that move. And say, for instance, AMD pops and it never comes back down, whatever. You've missed it. If you're not in the boat before it starts selling, you're going to miss the ride, baby. Make sure that you're anticipating instead of reacting, okay? Another thing I want to show you guys on daily candle formations. This is key for looking at reversals. So many people want to grab the fallen knife, want to catch the fallen knife while it's falling, and they screw up. What you got to make sure you're doing is buying formations like this, all right? And you'll spot them, and they got to be on the daily chart. No other candle on any type of time frame, if you're talking about swings. If you're trying to swing a call a couple weeks out or so, and you want to make sure you get that nice reversal, you've got to be looking at the daily candle, all right, the daily frame. You want to have a candle. So here's your trio, right? You want to make sure that the first candle you're watching on your reversal, it's got to be a 3-candle formation. You want to make sure that the candle, so if you're looking at this candle right here, the next day, and you're looking at this thing bouncing, you want to make sure the third candle has a higher shoulder. All right, so you want to make sure you got a shoulder, pretty much like a little inverse head and shoulders here. You want to have low, all right, lower low, higher low. This is your reversal here. It sounds simple, but so many people screw it up. So when you use this low, lower low, higher low combination on the candle, you want to make sure that the third candle closes up above the body of the middle candle. So what I mean by that is, look at this candle. The body did not close above your middle candle. What happened fourth day? Bam, downward move. Look at this candle. The body closed above your middle candle here, okay? It doesn't have to be above the third candle. It just has to be above your reversal candle, okay? So, you know, if you miss these third candle confirmations, and say you're taking off on this day, you know, on this day you're looking to get in, you can take it, you know, on that daily pop there, but you want to make sure that you use the low of that day as your stop, because you could potentially get to fill that gap there. But if you're looking at it this day and you missed that reversal on that day and you didn't enter the boat there, you can still get into it, but you got to make sure that low is your stop. Because see, once you get these nice reversals in stocks like this, they just go. Okay, here's another example right here. You got left shoulder, and you got the reversal point there, and then look at your third candle. It's got to have the body closing above the body of the middle candle. Does that make sense to everybody? You got to make sure you're looking at that, okay?
Yep.
All right, so that's what you got to do. You got to make sure that you're looking at confirmation over anything. Confirming candles has got to be, and it's daily. So many people don't want to pay attention.
Hey, Ron.
So do you
Yeah.
get in? Do you get in the end of day that day or do you wait until the next day?
It for me, everybody knows I'm a little bit of a risk taker. It all depends on the count and how you are personally wise. You know, so like for me, I'm getting in this day right here. All right, I'm getting in the third day. Once I see that close, so at the end of the day, I'm looking at that candle. I'm like, oh man, look at this. We're printing above this body here. We're closing definitely above this reversal here. It's worth it to me to get in there. All right. Now, am I taking some crazy out of the money call for the same week way up here? No. My call is close to the money, you know. And so many people, like there could be some people in this session right here that have a count under $1,000. Look, you can do it. Instead of taking 30 calls that are worth $10 up here, you could take one contract worth 300 and make the exact same amount on the slow pop. All right, it's that just one contract is easier to manage than 20 or 30 of them that are worth $10. Okay, so many people want to ignore close to the money or in the money calls just because they're so expensive. Well, I would rather pay that than to sit here and get screwed on theta because your delta is so much lower than your theta, and you're getting hammered because you get no move, right? So I mean that could easily just reverse on you and you get screwed. So make sure that you're paying attention to these confirming candles and getting in. If you can, get in the same day because you're going to have explosive move next day, okay? But if you don't, you can still take it. You know, if this candle opened up right here, yeah, that's your reversal. So then you start looking at overhead traffic like that as your target to get to, right? Does that make sense?
Yep. Yes.
All right, now look at now look, if you're in a channel like this, you can still use the same. It don't have to be on a drastic move down. Look at this. Watch this channel right here. Left candle down here, and then you got that move up, right? So this is the inside candle formation right here. Inside candle. Guess what it did the next day? It broke up. So a lot of people would have went long right here, anticipating to move up. Well, what did they do? They opened you up and they moved you and they chopped you sideways. So, you know, if you're paying attention to, you know, on that, you know, you're not taking some crazy out of the money. They're still screwing you right here. So you got to make sure you're staying in the money. When you're taking these calls. And if you have a small account, I recommend not taking same week. I recommend taking next week, always 2 weeks out instead of same week. 2 weeks out gives you enough time for reaction. All right. You know, right here, you got, you know, this channel moving up here, right? You can still use that same reversal technique that you do on drastic sell-offs as you do on these days here too, because you can just take this thing and just follow it up. You know, if you still getting higher lows on the way up here, you know, that's great. You know, yeah, there's a lower low there, but look what the body closed at. It's all about where the candle closes, not where the wicks are. You know, the wicks here is telling you that, yes, we're bouncing right off these two EMA 30 and SMA 50 perfectly. So this channel is still valid. So the swing is still valid. Make sure you're giving yourself time, right? Month out or so. If you're a person that's addicted, you know, like you have addictive personality or addictive nature, you're a gambler, stay away from stocks like Tesla. Stay away from stocks like SPX. Stay away from stocks Amazon. You know, stay away from them plays because you're going to – it's just the way it is. You can be the most, you know, person that sticks to the rules, but you get that addictive nature and you're like, oh, yeah, baby, I'm going to take a damn $100 out of the money call here and swing it. You know, and you just screw yourself. Make sure that you're playing plays that are safe. AMD is not a safe play, but you can play these kind of stocks if you have rules. That's what I'm trying to get out of here, okay? So daily time frames, these are the setups I use. Candle reading, okay? And the same thing can be for the bottom, for the reversal on the top. So look at this. Left shoulder, middle candle, right shoulder closed above, right? Well, look at this fourth candle right here. All right, it's the same thing. You got big wick up here. If you ever see a candle like this with such a long body to the top side, right, this is a sign for watch out. All right, if you went long right here and you didn't already scale out, shame on you. But if you got long here on this candle and you rode this day and you're still riding some runners, well, that middle candle there, you can see you got left shoulder, bottom, and this closed above that, right? So this was a sign to go put. So if you're in this play here, my rule of thumb is that, you know, your stop loss once you scale out. So if you got in on this reversal here and you were green on this, you scale out, but you never let your runners. So say for instance, you buy 4 contracts, you scaled out 3 contracts and you have 1 remaining. Well, you personally set that stop loss to where you close that remaining contract green, no matter what. I don't care if it went red and then immediately popped and hell, it went up 1,000% after. You made the safe play, okay? Because trust me, I mean, not every time it's going to do what you think it's going to do, right? Most of the time it doesn't, but you got to make sure that you're scaling out when you're green. Always, always, always. If you have a green trade, let it close out green. Never let it close out red. So that's pretty much it on the daily candle reading I do, okay? I like inside candle formations. They're nice when you get a break up like this. So that's the inside break up. You have another one right here. You got, back-to-back candles here, left shoulder, stick there. Look at it close above the day. So tomorrow, in the Friday, you should finally get that pop in the next week. AMD should break this resistance level and finally get us a nice move out. So let's look at I know somebody mentioned looking at PayPal. We're going to look at it on a daily candle because of how explosive it was so far this week. PayPal is running because of the Bitcoin. It's sort of kind of getting into the little Bitcoin action there, and Bitcoin's running and PayPal's running, SQ's running. What I like looking at here on these is the same thing I told you about earlier, okay? What's your key ingredient on when you're taking swings is you want EMA 30 and SMA 50 running parallel with each other. When you get these parallel plays like this, you're looking to just look at, not getting in on these pops. You're looking at when the stock gets close to these EMAs and SMAs, that's your load zones, right? So if you're looking at this play right here and you're wanting to swing it, notice how flat they made this thing right here, right? They made it so flat, on this move up right here. A lot of people got chopped sideways, but it was green, right? So people were slowly loading in. This is pretty much big hedges are loading this play. Everybody's loading up, and not a lot of people are playing options on this, and they're trying to screw option premiums. So what you do on daily charts like this is you want to wait for the pullbacks. If you're a bull, you would love to wait for the pullbacks and get your load zones. The holy grail for me is when I see wicks on the EMA 30, not the SMA 50, only the EMA 30. So what I mean by that is look at these wicks right here. Well, screwed up on my little thing here, but look at these wicks right here at this EMA 30 right here. Okay. So if I was looking at PayPal, all right, first off, you got a nice little formation coming here, right? So you got a little bit of it's more of like a bullish pennant instead of a bull flag, right? So you got a little bit of, you got your lower lows and that coming up right there. So what I'm looking at here is when I finally get that nice confirmation of 1 wick, 2 wicks, 3 wicks off of this EMA 30 there, and you're getting this bullish pennant, look at that explosive pop right there, right? And this is on daily candles, right? So, well, here we are. Look, we have the perfect formation of candles that I just told you about right here. All right, you got left candle, your middle candle, right shoulder closed above candle there. This is when you take your long setup in the bullish pennant. Now, where's your stop loss if you're swinging? Now, remember, when you're looking at daily time frames, you're looking at swings. So that could be 2 weeks, 1 month, whatever it is. Hell, it could be a leap. So many people don't pay attention to leaps. That's where your money's at. When you get these big, massive moves like this, look at this. This is over a month-long pattern setting up. When you're looking at month-long patterns, the move is explosive. So you could take this and get yourself a leap. If you're taking 3 to 4 months out here into January or so back in July, damn, man, just a massive move into now. So, when you get these moves, these candle formations here, that's when you're going long. EMA 30 on the leap would definitely be my stop loss there because that would finish out the pattern that I was currently in. But you can see how nice these pattern formations are. Now look at this. This is why looking at the third candle close is so important. Look at this formation here. Massive sell-off. People buying the dip right here. All right, people bought the dip right here, and some people got in right here, thinking that, okay, our bottom is in. What happened the 4th day? No. Why? This candle body closed what? Below your reversal point. If that candle finishes red below that reversal point, the move is invalid. It's not valid. Okay? Look at your candle setup right here on this daily frame. This is why learning daily candles is so important. Inside candle, break up. Okay, people went long as hell right here, right? Second candle, wicked off the top here. Watch your third candle. Body closed well below there. So this is the same thing here, but for the bear side. Bam, big ugly candle. So literally all it takes is 3 to 4 candles in a pattern to tell and dictate where the price is going. I mean, there's so many, like I'm not teaching no perfect script, nothing. You have to be able to read candles. It's key. Look at this. All right, you got inside candle. Well, it's ugly ass inside candle, but it is an inside candle here, wedge. That daily broke down right there. That daily broke down. So you knew at this point right here on PYPL that you were going to get a bottom test here, the EMA 30. So, you know, if you're looking at this long, you know, that nice move right there to finally get that bounce there and get this PYPL running right here, that was your ugly candle to get out there based off the inside candle formation, closed down below the low there, and then you got that wick there and you're watching third candle. If you are looking to get in for maximum profit, if you're somebody that loves maximum profit, you can play these wicks right here, but your stop has got to be key. Your stop has got to be either the lowest of the lowest wick or near the bottom half of the body here on the daily. So right here would be your stop. So if you're playing this right here, you keep tight stops, because if you wait for it to get right there in options, you're going to get screwed out about 40-50% loss. Okay, always. That's just the way it goes. I personally don't like playing these wicks, but I will if I got to. Like on we played Fuel Cell this week, I played a wick off like this right here, but we had a tight stop and whatnot, and it finally popped for us. So you got to, but you got to be strict with your rules. But if you're a new trader starting out, don't play that wick. Wait for that third confirming candle. So important. Let me catch up here on this chat here. Let's see here. Yes, I like inside day swing. Yep, exactly, JP. So I'm gonna unmute the chat. Does anybody got any questions on that right there? Anybody?
I'm good right now.
All right, yeah, so that's the daily, you know, Y30 EMA. When I first started, yeah, I like the EMA 8, but that's going to be on a different setup. You'll see why I like it. I'm just teaching you the daily setup here and hourly, but I will show you the 82034 that I use as well. But I'm just showing you tonight the 5200 and the EMA 30. The EMA 30 I found running it works the best for looking at, and the Holy Grail setup is when you have multiple wicks off of the 30 in a bullish pattern. When you have multiple wicks in bullish patterns, you know, in higher lows printing with patterns and these reversal candles like this, that is your key. So, you know, I wanted to also show you guys that, you know, when you're looking at daily charts, you will start to see that if you guys ever pay attention to flow or whatnot, you will start to see flow starting to pop up. Hold on, let me get back here. Right here. Typically, you'll see flow starting right here. You'll see the big-ass sweeps come in on the break. And like I was telling you earlier, if you're anticipating the move right here, you're getting in before those other guys get in on that move, right? So you want to make sure that you're paying attention to these reversals here instead of waiting for the move to happen. That's key. So I wanted to go to stock charts real quick. We're going to go to PYPL, and I just want to show you the difference between the two, why I like it so much. All right. What I like doing on these is I will take, and I forgot who I told the other day. I think it was Gorgon. I think I told what I like doing here. I like taking, so here's your move that we were just looking at, right? Here's your bullish pennant. All right, and when you're okay, so on here I run this with a pivot on stock charts. So I have my pivot points, I have my exponential 30, 250, right? So when you're playing this play like this, okay, so you're looking at this pattern right here, and you're looking at look at the multiple EMA taps right here on the 30, like we just talked about. Here's your shoulder, here's your reversal confirmation there. There's your reversal there for that inside of there. So you have a nice lower low base there, another low there that printed higher than your base there, indicating that, hey, we're about to zoom, right? So what I like doing is taking the volume bars right here. All right. So in my candle base right here, I will then take these guys and I will take them and I will count them all up. So you got your measurements right here on the side, right? You got 5 million, 10 million, 50 million, etc. Okay. So you add all these up from the top part of your pattern to the bottom part of your pattern to when the move breaks. You want to add them all up. And you want to make sure that the break here up, these volume bars right here, the greens, add up more than your red volume cells or whatnot. Okay, so you want to add them up. So there's your sell candles there. So that volume there is sell-off candles there. Sell-off volume there, striked up by that big-ass volume candle there. So these two offset each other. And now you have that candle there. These two offset that one. So this is still bullish. These two sell candles right here. But look what they did. They wicked. So we're going to call them neutrals. So I would take half of that volume there near 5 million. So that's 10 million. And here you go with your next 10 million candle offsets these on that candle there. Here's your candle here. This offsets anything previously that you were negative, but you're not, you're positive. Here you are with this candle here. But look at this candle. The low of this candle held up above this. So this is not all sell candle volume right here. This is just pretty much just price getting pushed back down for a short bit. So this sell volume here, I would take about half of that to be for the bears and the half of that to be for the bulls. And then you have this other candle right here that finished red in sell volume, but it finished squeezed in here on the inside candle here. So this is still a bullish move. And then you have this candle right here offsets that candle right there. And then we called that candle right there full sell bull or bearish there. And then you have this candle here finished out green, massively green with no movement. Massively green candle with no movement. This candle trumped all sell volume inside this. So on that candle right there, that was your indication that all this pattern, bullish pattern right here, was loaded. Does that make sense to everybody?
Yes.
All right. So in stock charts, this is why I love stock charts, is reading the volume on the bottom of your pattern here, calculating it all up, giving yourself a bullish or bearish thesis here, okay? So many people get screwed on a fake out on these patterns for the bottom side, because I guarantee if you calculate up your volume on the bottom with the candles that are in formation here, you will see that it was bearish. Okay? So look at this candle right here. So you're like, okay, CT, you calculate all this bearish volume right here. Look at all that bearish volume right there on these sell-offs right here, okay? So many people are trying to catch a knife right here on that play right there. I'm telling you, people will literally say, all right, I'm long right here. And this thing's just sitting in the middle of the sky here on no type of low here. So, yeah, you would see that pivot that was right there, right? And you see this candle wicking right off that pivot. So, yeah, you could take it right there. But you can very settle next day, just gap down again, just keep moving down. You got to have the confirmation. Now, look at this candle formation. This candle formation never loses. I don't care. You guys tonight, try and find where it loses and tell me, show me. When you have left shoulder, lower wick, candle close above your middle candle, it is bullish every time. You guys see it?
Yep.
It's going to have a higher high the next day. It's going to. All right? So I don't want to preach too much on daily, but that's my example on daily, is you got to read the volume. So right here, we have another setup coming in right here, okay? So many people, look, I have so many people ask me why I didn't, in our chat, they'll say, well, why don't we play this play this week? Why don't we play it? Well, look, nobody's going to hit every play. Nobody. You can't focus on everything. You got to make sure you're only focused on a couple of stocks, because you can't focus on 10 or 15 and anticipate making every single trade, because what's that going to do? It's going to make you screw up, lose your rules, more distractions, and you're going to screw up your time and your money, ultimately. Okay? So look at this pattern right here. This right here is just a simple rising wedge. Ascending triangle with a flat top, resistance, and PYPL finally broke it. So some people, this pattern could very well be bearish, and it is most of the time bullish, right? Because from a bearish point of view, you have stem down here, and you have pattern coming up flat. But that's the big giveaway there, that they screwed up one time on that reversal and let that pop. So that tells me that they didn't have a nice stranglehold on those two candles. But the bears could have seen a bear flag right there, right? I mean, it's there, but it's not. Because why? Start from where your pattern starts on this right here, on this daily frame here, and add up your volume. I mean, I'm not going to go through it again, but it will trump it. Look at these tiny candles and look at the massive volume. That tells you that the explosion's coming. All right? When these EMAs get bunched together like they are, look how tight they are. They're not spread apart like this. When your EMA 30 and your SMA 50 get so bunched together and you have this volume right here just growing exponentially, all right, you know the pop is coming. All right? They finally let it loose. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So if you're not a person that likes stock charts, you can get it on TOS too, but I like the way it's laid out right here. I'm a simple man, all right? I like simple. I like just reading it right here and calculating it up. Get you a little calculator, write it all down, add up how much volume you got in your pattern. And if you're not a person that knows patterns, I mean, look, if anybody here is in this chat that doesn't know patterns, hit up anybody in this talk. When we get done with this, there's channels in here for you guys to talk. Ask questions. There's no stupid questions. Okay? I mean, here's simple patterns right here. There's a bullish pennant. There's a bullish flag. Here's ascending triangle, higher lows creating a flat base top right there. Here's my favorite pattern, fallen wedge. People that know me know this is my favorite pattern. Why? Because we get our candle, and then we get our lower candle, and our third candle is our break. And if it closes above, the fallen wedge is bullish. Does that make sense now? And then you got rising wedge. Rising wedge is the same thing on daily frames. You got tall candle, or you got left shoulder, you got the head, and then you got the base that falls down and closes below that candle there, signaling the fallout. Okay? I mean, simple patterns, guys. This is all you need to know. Nothing crazy. No script. I'm not selling you no $1,200 script. I know crazy people out there trying to sell people scripts to make money. You don't need it. It's a waste of money. Learn how to read a candle. It's key. All right? And then when you get these massive sell-offs like this, and you get these MACDs that are approaching these low oversold conditions, the -2 to -4, you're waiting on that pop right there. And I guarantee you, when you find the pop, you'll find your daily reversal like that, right? When you see a bottoming play like this, you'll see it's just always there, okay? I'm more bull than I am bear. You will never see me hardly take a bearish position unless I am seeing it on the daily frame like this. Does that make sense, guys?
Yep.
All right, look, if y'all are not excited, I'm getting fired up for you. All right? Trust me, man. I want all you guys profiting. And I don't care if you're playing penny stocks, guys. Look, the same crap. Look at Fuel Cell. All right? This thing is, look at this crazy sucker. All right? It's the same thing. It's just different. I mean, look right here. All right? There's candle, lower the wick, close above. There's your long and Fuel Cell. Look how dead that MACD is. Ignore it. But look, there's your pop right here. Look at this candle here. Left shoulder, middle, it closed above. Yes, it closed up barely, but it closed above that wick. Bam, you got a little pop. All right here, that's an ugly little confirmation right there, but you got, look, left, middle, closed down. There's not a move. That could potentially move down. Watch the fourth candle, moved up. All right, there's chop. So this move right here, people that play the daily pattern, they probably didn't hit that, but you probably could have took a position, but it didn't show you that. So it's not, you don't have a confirming reversal right there. Yes, you got three wicks on the base right there, but you're not. Are you using daily for determining intraday plays or more for planning next day? The daily, I'm looking for swings, month out, 2 weeks. I'm never using it for intraday. I'll do a little rundown real quick for you guys. I do plan on doing here. I'm going to do it real fast. Okay, so my 15 strat is my beast package. It's 15 minutes, right? It's the first candle in the day. So let's go to today, and it works for any stock. Okay, so here's PayPal just because it's already on there. here is your 8:30 candle. Well, in my time, it's 8:30 is opening day, right? You want to map the top and the bottom of the first 15-minute candle. Now, you're watching the second candle. If your second candle closes above your first candle, there is your range breakout within that first 15 minutes. Here is your EMA 8, all right? And this is what JoJo asked earlier about I use the 8. Yes, I use the 8. The 8 is important on the 15 minute. EMA 8 is your stop loss when you enter here. All right, so you wait on that break. You wait 15 minutes. Yes, it's hard. Sit on your hand, sit on your thumb, go play Tweedledee, go look at Twitter, whatever you got to do. Don't trade if you're an impatient trader for the first 15 minutes until you finally get your move, right? So there's your add-on. So if I have $1,000 set aside for PayPal, I will go 50% initially. I leave the other 50% for 25% increment add-on. So if I get in right here for 50%, I will then average down if we get to that EMA 8 for the second time to lower my average from there. And if the stop out happens at that point, it stops out. I don't average down in this area here. I don't. I only keep it at the EMA 8 on my first 15 strap move. So on this position here, when I initially entered, I never averaged in again. I literally ran with the $500 and I ran it. That's how you play the 15 strap. It will always, your wins outweigh your losses always when you're playing this, okay? So that's the 15 strat. This is your entry on that candle close. And look, every candle pop comes down to test the previous resistance. Like I told you guys on the daily candle chart. Always, always, always. So enter, run it. All right? So when you're up 20 to 30%, I scale out at least 75% of position, right? So, but if you're somebody with a small account and you only have one contract, what do you use? Well, first off, if you know how to read candles and you see these candles starting to top out and you get that inverted hammer and this candle starts selling off like this, you're Xing out. You're not holding anything. I don't give a crap if the EMA 8's way down here. You're not setting that thing down because you guys know how theta works. Any type of big pullback like that, it's eating you up. Your entry level is probably almost right there. That's how close it got to. And you missed out on all that profit right there. So if you're holding one contract, once you start closing below, once you get candle closes below, so you could have got stopped out on that. You know what I mean? It's all up to you. It depends on your count. It depends on you as a trader. This is the formula to get in, and the EMA 8 or whatnot is your stop out when you get in. Okay, so look at it. Here's the 8:30 candle on Tuesday. Now, this is why it's so crucial to wait 15 minutes. Anybody that knows a tweezer candle formation, this was a perfect tweezer. All right, it's when two candles line up side by side with perfect bottoms. Look at that, tweezer right there. All right, so there's your 15 strat candle. There's your tweezer. Candle closed above the EMA 8. Now let's ride. There's your average in right there. You're playing the EMA 8 on the way up. In this case, you can play the 20. 20 could act like the EMA 8 here. There's your diagonal right there to the top. There's your average in. There's your EMA 8. There you are riding like a pro. And anytime you bounce off of a 15 strap bottom, it always hits the top 15 strap bar. Reversal will always come up and test that top resistance. So entry right there. There's your in the money calls, 203 to 204. You're riding it. Bam. Does that make sense, guys? Unmute yourself. Does that make sense?
Yep.
Makes tons of sense.
Everybody that knows me knows that's the bread and butter. That is the bread and butter. That's what makes you money. That's what makes people buy cars in my chat. That's what makes, I'm not trying to brag, guys. It's what happens. Follow the rules, play the play. Don't get lazy. Don't get lazy. Don't follow somebody else just because they're alerting a call. Look, I have calls in my chat, alerts in my chat, it does help people out, but I guarantee you everybody in the Oracle chat that's taking them calls, when they see me alert something, they then will look at it and play. They'll look at what I'm seeing. They'll see what I'm seeing, and they'll play it to their strengths. I alerted some plays this week that moved instantly when I got in There was no chance for them to get in, and guess what they did? They did not get in and chase. They did not get in and chase because the move already happened. I practiced not chasing. If you're following sweeps or flow or anything like that and you see a move pop without you, leave it alone. Don't chase it. Wait for the confirming candle. Every move has to be confirmed, right? When you when you get married, your wife has to confirm that she loves you in order to get married. You know what I mean? Everything's got to be confirmed in life. Nothing can be everything, man. So it's the same thing in trading. Like, look right here. Look, here's the 15 strat that went hella south right here, man. Look at this. 830 candle right here. There's your 15 strat. Here's your entry. Look at that entry right here. All right, there's your entry. There's your signal to get the hell out of that thing, man. When you went up and popped and the EMA was way down in this section down here, look at it. Here's your EMA. What's your EMAs doing? They're running parallel. That is a bullish trend, correct? But look where the trend is. It's way below the price that you're currently trading at. You know, if that EMA 8 was riding like that and you entered right here, that would be your stop. Never have a stop freaking $4 out of the money from where you are. So if you entered right here, you probably took a loss. So the 15 strat got you out right there instead of taking a loss. All right? And then you wait for it to sit there and play around them EMAs. And then you would wait for that EMA 8 confirmation that, oh, we're riding it, baby. We're riding the EMA 8. And so many people in the chat have now recognized that when a price on the 15 minutes is starting to go like this on the EMA 8, that is when you hold. That is when you hold. I know JP's mastered it so far. Yeah, look at him. He knows it. JP, I watch him in the chat. Dude's killing it, man. He knows the EMA 8. That's the roadmap, guys. Left shoulder, middle of the highway, right shoulder. This is your roadmap, 8-20-34. And JoJo, to answer your question, this is the strategy. This is the EMAs I use on the 15 minutes. Okay? Why? Don't ask me why, man. It took freaking 10 years of me busting millions of accounts. Look, guys, I've screwed a lot of money up, right? And then finally I got to my breaking point, and I took a freaking took a home equity line out of my house, man, and gambled on myself. And guess what? It worked. You know why? Because I stick to rules. You guys can do it too, man. I'm not trying to sit here and preach some bullcrap script that I want you guys to pay me $1,200 and then you guys go get screwed by yourself because you don't know what the hell you're looking at. No, I want you guys generally learn how to read a chart, learn how to read candles. This is key, all right? I'm going to get off my soapbox because I done got excited now. But you guys in the yes, Whitestone, I have various EMAs for that. And in our Discord on right here where it says Note Resources and Education, this is going to be loaded full of notes in certain situations. It's going to be like the trading Bible for you guys. You guys are going to look back on this and you're going to see, okay, this guy does this in this situation. On big pullbacks, he's looking for the daily time frame confirmation of the third candle body closing above the reversal point of your second candle. That is when you go long. This is going to be, your roadmap, your Bible to this, man. You guys, I got a lot of stuff coming for you guys, and I'm excited. And it's cheap as hell, $15. Why do I ask for $15? Because guess what? If this chat was free, you'd have a bunch of nonsense idiots in here clogging it up with a bunch of bullshit. I mean, I'm just being honest. I can't have this thing free completely because you're going to have a bunch of retards in here. Nothing against them people. I'm just saying a bunch of crazy people. I don't want to say retards. Some people might get offended, but yeah. Oh.
Nothing against retards. Sorry, that just made me laugh. Okay. The whole phrasing there was fantastic.
I know, man. Well, you're in 2020, dude. People get, I know, sorry, JoJo. People get offended. Hey, look, I'm a retard. I love the vault.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So, how much is Tio? Damn. Okay, yeah. But look, guys, I'm not gonna post too many I'm not gonna post too many alerts in here, okay? Because I do run a paying service at Oracle. But for you guys that are trying to grow accounts, I will throw a couple bones in this chat. Don't think you ain't. But hell, I've been giving it free on Twitter past 2 weeks. If you guys pay attention to Twitter, and for those people out there in the Twitter sphere, hey, look, man, y'all been getting some freaking daggers out there, some bangers. So, and I'm not trying to look. Never anybody that knows me knows that I'm not the type of person that's going to try and boast about myself. That's not me. Okay, I like boasting when you guys are showing freaking gains. That's what's great is seeing you guys profit. Okay, so look, this thing's been recorded. It's a lot to learn, a lot to look at. Go back to the Discord after it's over. You guys chat it out. And during the trading day, you guys chat during the trading day right here. This is the trading floor. Okay, so I'm going to be so you guys that's not in Oracle will see that, yes, I am pumping my chat, but this is our trade room in Oracle. When you guys are looking back on the alert that haven't yet been in Oracle, look at these, man. These are just straight cash. There's no losses in this right here. All right. You go back and pause it and look at it. We've been money making the past month. All right. Even the lottos are hitting. Right. So, not trying to boast, but look, this is what we're about, man. This is what we're about learning. All right. So you guys use this trading floor. I'm going to be in here too. I'm going to be swapping between both Discords, helping you guys learn. Take what you learned today, apply it to your trading. I promise you'll come out on top. There's going to be many more to this. I want to talk about what I talked about here in the loudspeaker channel here. Everybody that knows me, I call it loudspeaker because I'm a loudspeaker and I got a big mouth. So starting December 25th, everybody that's in here right now gets this month, and none of this starts until the 25th. And I bumped it down to 15 instead of some of you guys paid 20 for this. Well, all you guys paid 20 for this. So I bumped it down to 15. You look, divide it 15 to 30. Look, man, $2 a day. All right, to get things going to change your life. I don't want you guys here for the rest of your life. I just want you guys to learn. When you feel comfortable being done and learn, let me know if you liked it. Let me know if I changed your life, if I helped you. All right? I'm not the type of person in here that's want to beg you for money or anything like that, but I want you learning. Hell, if you had a bad month, I might help you out and just give you some more free stuff, man. That's what I'm about. But, yeah, that's what it's about, man. You're going to get December 25th, right near Christmas time. We're going to start it up heading into January for sub into this thing. You're going to get bi-weekly sessions. I don't know if I worded that right, but that's not 2 times a week. It's going to be 2 times a month. So I think I said it wrong. Y'all are going to work me ragged if I did bi-weekly. So Sunday night watch list on Sundays. You're going to get a watch list. I will tailor make custom trading plans to you guys while you're subbed. I will make a trading plan for you. You will list out your job. You'll list out the hours you work. You will list out how much time you have to trading. I will make a trading setup for you based on EMAs, SMAs, whatever it might be, what time frames you look at. Everything will be custom tailored to you. Weekly recaps. I will recap our recaps from Oracle Trading in this chat for the people that's not in there. You will get our plays, but it'll be after we already banked. Sorry. All this for $15 a month, man. That's cheap. Do we get a video intro watch list? Yeah, it's funny, Peter. So, yeah, man, I think it's worth it, guys. I hope you guys had a good time, man. Anybody got any questions, talk up because I'm done.
CT, I'm okay tonight. It was great information. Thanks.
Nice. Everybody good? Everybody thumbs up? Yeah, man.
Oh,
look,
yeah, man.
guys, don't let this Discord go ghost. Let this thing use it, okay?
Man, it's an awesome session, man. Appreciate it.
Yeah, man. Looking
All
forward
right,
to
thanks,
it. CT.
guys. Look, everybody have a happy Thanksgiving. Eat plenty of turkey, guys. Jojo, yes, I do have a lifetime subscription to for mentoring. So just hit me up. I'll be glad to tell you the details. Anybody that wants it, you don't have to pay monthly here. It'll be a lifetime. So everybody just, if you're interested in that, just hit me up. It's just the way it rolls. Just hit me up. I'm excited to work with you guys. You guys have a good week. Have a good weekend. Have a good Thanksgiving. You guys take it easy, and I'm about to go rock my baby to sleep.
CT, brother. Take care, man. Have a good
See you
Thanksgiving.
guys. See you tomorrow. You too, man.
Yeah.
See you.
Happy Thanksgiving. Thanks,
See you
CT.
guys. Bye.